good. Be good. Test. GM everyone. Welcome to the weekly app sprint. It is August 29th, 2022, and the year has been flying by when you're down it, I suppose. First up, we got Donna and the support team. GM Donna.
Hi and GM everybody. So for support stats, we had 57 new tickets, which is like 3 tickets up from last week's report. Full resolution median time is at 9 hours from the reported 22 hours from the previous week. First reply median time is at 58 minutes. 43% of the tickets were resolved in one touch. Total solved tickets is at 56, which is also pretty much at par with last week's report. Um, and then there's a slight uptick in Discord requests. Um, we had 10 requests that last week. We are trying to monitor uh, Discord requests so that we know where to focus support on. So we are always going to monitor the pulse on Discord requests on a week-to-week basis. And then we had 1,650 help desk views last week, which is like 100 views lesser than the last week's report. We have also had 3 new articles up. We have had a lot of key tickets in the queue lately, and we've updated a few key articles about key for easy reference for users. We have new versions of how to set up a new key on app.shapeshift.com, how to recover key on app.shapeshift.com, and also an updated version of the how to update your firmware and bootloader article, which is most of the time where people seem to be stuck with lately. Links for these articles are on the spreadsheet. And lastly, just reminding everyone that support availability for weekends are very limited. We are focusing support schedules from Mondays through Fridays. That's all I have today for you guys. Have a good morning, everyone.
Thanks, Donna, for those updates. Next up, we got H Payne and the marketing team. GM H Payne.
Last week, we had some really awesome stuff going on. We had some OG tweets that we were tweeting out talking about Tornado Cash and some of our partners. Those performed super well. We were very excited to see those perform, something like 300, 400 interactions, engagements on those tweets. So definitely looking to form that into some more of our Twitter strategy moving forward. We also started sending user migration emails in an effort to repair our email reputation, which was sort of throttled for a bit. I don't know if anyone was following that. Those should be completed by like end of this week, I believe. Also, we had 3 AMAs. We had a boardroom AMA, a share AMA, and a fringe finance AMA. If you're listening to this call, please make a point to go to these AMAs. It makes us look really, really great when everyone shows up and really shows up with their Fox spirit. It's awesome. There was also a Tally Ho community pledge for decentralization and supporting that decentralized wallet. Go check them out if you have not already. Super cool initiative. This week, we have a Mount Pelerin launch that is going today. And then also we finalized our HTML template for the newsletter, which is going out Friday. So make sure you check your email, check the Discord. Stay tuned for Friday to see that new HTML newsletter going out to everyone. And then also we're hoping to get DAP back on-chain rewards going live this Friday, hopefully, depending on how that goes. But that is all I have for you, Ron. It's a late week.
Awesome. Thanks for those updates. And then next up, we got the Smith and globalization. GM the Smith.
Jim Ron, Jim, everyone. Quick updates for globalization. So first one, we have been performing some pull requests in web repositories. So updates for German, Portuguese, French, and Spanish, and ShapeShift application. We just started our local events agenda, so we're gonna start in real life participation. I will be on Blockchain Rio main stage. during 2 days, and we will be sponsoring Real Crypto Hub. It is a quite intimate event. It's really cool. I will throw some links in the stay chat. Vlad have been partnering with Mode Squad, aiming language support optimization. Props to JK and thank you for the patience. We are also planning the Cosmoverse event with Foxchain WordStream. So I hope throw some details as soon as possible to the community. But we are working on merchandising stuff and also a side party for Foxchain supporters. And that's all for globalization. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks to Smith. Next up, we got Diggy or GK and the Mod Squad. Sorry, GK. Maybe I was right. We should. I'll read off Mod Squad real quick, and then we'll move to product. 7-day users is 34, 14 is 46. One raid this week, and there's a lot of human scam posters. A lot during off hours. Please be safe and take Mod Squad. I know I witnessed a few of these on Friday night and a little bit over the weekend, so be careful out there, everyone. Just a quick reminder. And now it's time for product and Diggy. GM Diggy.
GM. Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Cool, lots going on product, but top 6 things for this week's Upsprint. Swapper 2.0 is underway, and we are going to be kicking off the advanced trade settings for the new Swapper with Apotheosis. I think that's tomorrow. We are working on a spec and UI for organizing and improving the UX in our Earn section in DeFi. In the DeFi section, as you guys know, idle finance is underway. There's a lot of new line items that'll be added because of that integration, and the UX inside our Earn section is not that great right now. About 50% of our daily active users are active in our Earn section. At least that's what we're seeing in Pendo. So we really want to put a focus on the product side, on improving that user experience. So we think it can be a quick win right now because it would only touch the UI if we can reorganize it and make it more intuitive for our users. So that's something that we're hoping to do pretty quickly. And then on-ramper fiat ramp bounty is underway by a new community member. And then the spec for Polygon's underway. Gray Machine's working on that one. We're planning to launch an NPS survey. This is a survey for measuring customer loyalty and satisfaction with ShapeShift. So hoping we'll get that going with Pendo shortly. We've just been encountering some issues with the way Pendo is integrated into our web app. And then we are also working on a spec for Thorchain LP. And as you guys know, multi-accounts is underway. Thanks.
Thanks, Diggy. Next up, we got DeFi Cafe and the engineering team. GM DeFi.
GM, I was on stage this time and I still couldn't find the mute button. So budget is going up for vote today. That passed ideation about 24 hours ago-ish. So if you want things to be built, please vote for us to continue on. Kind of as Diggy mentioned, the migration stuff is the top priority right now. Anything relating to getting us to parity with the legacy platform so that we can get that shut down. So engineering is kind of focusing on that. Swapper 2 is like in the guts of that is in review. It's looking really good, which is again one of the things that we need for migration stuff. The multi-account work is the big one. This kind of touches pretty much everything across the app. So we're kind of syncing today, this morning, as it relates to like the DeFi section, a few other places, and the UX with that. And we'll sync this afternoon with Apotheosis for how it relates to the new Swapper stuff. Really good news that came from Kevin today. The new Thorchain nodes are up and healthy, which is great. Again, another step for decentralization that's hosted via Taxi Stake. And kind of an ongoing little win that we've been having with operations is the release process continues to evolve. So today was the first day where we cut a release and didn't do a release note summary, trying to get to a point where each PR has sufficient information on there for operations to be able to test, so we can move from away from not just daily releases to kind of on-demand releases, and then finally like a self-service process where everything that gets merged operations is able to cut a release and test and ship it to production on their own. So they're the main things from engineering, but yeah, if it's not kind of migration related, it's very much a lower priority for us right now. I'll hand it over to you, PTT.
Well, thank you, sir. We got operations up next. You can find the new marketing features release update thread at that link on the Upsprint. Proposal updates. Tyler's proposal to snapshot for the interim marketing workstream leader. I don't have a link to that offhand, but I believe someone could probably post that into stage chat or do exclamation point proposals if that's working again. I'll be posting the ETH Denver post to the forum today in its entirety, and written up for just the base level for a booth at ETH Denver, and we'll get that started. So hopefully we can get that paid by the end of the month. The new release process has started today, as DeFi had said. Also want to remind people about Allfox meeting on Wednesday this week. And there's one more thing. If Tyler could remind me in stage chat, that'd be great. And treasure report, there was 3 report issues, 1 resolved. One of them was a wallet, one was trade/DeFi, and one was legacy. The goat farm, multi-currency, and Beesh flags are gone. Flags on, Avex, CowSwap, Pendo, Mount Perlin, and flags off, Osmosis, Fox LP, Fox Farming, Thor, XLR, Zendesk, Yat, multi-accounts. Progress, Fox.ShapeShift.com migration, complete user migration, idle finance, chain agnosticism, and legacy AWS death. It's not the week of 6-1 or 8-1. It's week of 8/22. 68 PRs, 4 repositories, 16 contributors, 3 new contributors, 1 bounty created, 0 closed successfully. Next up, we got Kent and Tokenomics. Jim, Kent, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, Ron. Had a fun weekend. How about yourself?
Doing good. Sun's out, so
That's always a plus. Yes, the sun is out and crypto is doing stuff. Foxonomics, as always, is has a lot going on. So this week, one thing I'm like really excited about is Yieldies. So Yieldies, the code is finished. And even improved with some guardrails thanks to great contribution from Ocean last week. So this is basically ready to move into the platform itself. It's time to start thinking about that. So we're sort of starting this nice cross work stream collaboration with a kickoff meeting tomorrow. This will touch on probably most significantly in the early stages, like product and engineering, especially on the product side, just figuring out how to get this in. We already have Foxy, which is a nice, which is very similar to Yieldies, so offers a nice precedent for Yieldies. Getting that in there, of course, eventually it'll also touch like marketing as well. There's also a heavy tokenomics tie-in because the TMDC is responsible for managing these strategies. So we'll chat more about that tomorrow. After that kickoff meeting. We're also continuing to monitor the ongoing Tribe and Fei drama situation there, since Fei Labs has proposed winding down the protocol. Of course, we have a liquidity as a service position, and basically that means they have a substantial amount of Fox in a smart contract they control, so we're trying to sort of finesse that in a way that's best for the long-term interests of the DAO and its token holders. On the tech front, one of the things I'm like most excited about is the ETH merge that is still on track for 9/15. I'm going to post a little link in the chat. Bordell.wtf. I don't know why it's called Bordell, but this is basically tracking the likely date that the merge will occur. The merge isn't, it's not like a hard-coded date. It's actually tied to the the total difficulty of the chain, the cumulative difficulty. So this is like the best estimate. Give that a look. It seems to be holding at 915. It could change a little bit depending on if some hash power falls off, if miners start doing crazy things. But anyway, Josh had a really good suggestion last week, and that's that I sort of taking a similar approach to some of the ShapeShift Labs things we do, where we talk about like roll-ups and things like that, demystify everything related to the merge and talk about that. So I'll be doing a presentation on that that week prior to the merge actually happening, presumably happening. So that's we'll give you more information on that soon. And then finally, just an update on our Fox to USDC bonds. These are still active, but owing to the pullback in the price of Fox, they're not accumulating, or we're not accumulating as much USDC. That's dropped from an average of about 10K-ish a day down to like more like 8K right now, but those are still active. And kind of just over time, we've seen those track the price roughly. So we'll also talk about more about that and the runway stuff tomorrow as well. So thanks, Ron. Thanks, everybody. Looking forward to another awesome week of DAOing it.
Thanks, Kent. Next up, we got the Fox Foundation with Willie Fox and Ocean. GM.
GM Ron. GM Ocean.
Hey, Willie. Hey, PTT. How's it going?
Best day ever. How are you?
You beat me to it.
Gotta be quick.
For sure. All right, some short updates here from the foundation. I'm currently looking at different security vendors to put together a proposal for the DAO to outsource its RDP program in the absence of the security workstream. So far, the two that have kind of are in the running for this are Hackenproof and HackerOne. Been in contact with both of them, and both seem like viable options at this point. So hopefully by the end of this week, I might have enough information to present that to the community. The mobile app work is on schedule, although the migration of users is delayed slightly with some engineering and product resourcing issues and just kind of the priorities of both of those work streams. So looks like we're targeting September 19th for multiple accounts, which then would translate to us migrating users off of the web platform September 26th, and then hopefully October 3rd, because we want to wait and not have all users being migrated from both web and mobile at the same time. So October 3rd for the mobile users. And then currently there are some production issues going on with legacy environments for Thorchain for the swaps that go on there. And Conscience has been working on that, and hopefully we should have a fix implemented by end of day. We're actually going to end up pointing the legacy application at the new Unchained Thor nodes that have been spun up. So by TaxiStake, for the time being, just as a way of avoiding some additional work that would have to be done in the legacy stack. And then I'll turn it over to Willie.
Thanks, Ocean. One other note on the mobile migration. This Wednesday, we'll be kicking off all the work with product and growth to prepare the App Store listing, get the description and the screenshots all ready to go. There's also a proposal in ideation to migrate Forum and ideation to Metaforo. If you haven't checked that out yet, please check out the proposal and play around with Metaforo and share any feedback on what you'd like to see or need to see before that migration. We've also started the email campaign to send backup reminders to all ShapeShift native wallet users, letting them know that auth and the ability to log in with email and password is going away, and to make sure they back up their email or back up their seed phrase. So you guys might get that email soon. Would really appreciate any feedback on that that you guys have as you go through the flow. We can always improve that email, even though it's already in progress. This is one that we'll be sending periodically, basically until auth is sunset. And also, we've updated the Anon question and feedback form. So previously, we had this form in stage chat for the weekly lunch meeting. We've updated it so that now you can submit anonymous questions or feedback both to that lunch meeting. You can also submit it to the weekly leadership sync if there's a question or topic that you'd like to be raised there, or you can submit questions or feedback directly to any workstream leader. And Giantkin will help ensure that the feedback or the question makes it to its intended destination. So if anyone has any questions or feedback that they've been uncomfortable to share, this form is for you. Please don't abuse it, though. As always, if direct communication is desired. So if you have any feedback or questions for an individual, we still encourage you to bring that up with that individual first, if possible. If not, this form can be used as a last resort. And that's all from the foundation. Back to you, Ron.
Thanks, Willie and Ocean. If anyone else has anything, now would be the time to raise your hand and or type in stage chat. Otherwise, we'll give everyone about 10 minutes back and make it a great GM.
Thanks all.
Let's make it a great GM all. Later.